Well, the Fuji area really was something else. The fishing, the wildlife, and of course the landscape were truly special. I loved it that much, I ended up staying an extra couple of days just to take in the mountain whilst the sun was shining. It will certainly have a place in my heart for a very long time, but it was time to move on and head back to Tokyo before taking one of the notorious bullet trains south to the former capital of Japan, Kyoto, and Japan's second city, Osaka. On the train down, I was lucky enough to catch the Magic Mountain one last time before arriving into Kyoto, which took roughly about 3 hours. I arrived in Kyoto, and of course, there was only one place I was heading.
First night in Kyoto in an Irish bar.
I watched some baseball, Japan's favourite sport, before heading over for some karaoke.
I'm ready for karaoke, let's do it!
Nothing more needs to be said after that. The all-you-can-drink karaoke hit me hard, and my brief visit ended up spent being seriously hungover and finishing editing the Tokyo part of the trip. Osaka is 14 minutes by train from Kyoto, so we made the quick journey south to Japan's second city. I'm not going to beat around the bush, it really wasn't for me, even with this beautiful sunset. Not sure how, but I ended up in IKEA, which was slightly strange, and the meatballs were on point as per usual. But I think it might be down to the treatment of fish across the city, like this weird sea fishing pond.
It's like catching tuna in a pond.
Something about the city didn't sit right with me, and I think this commentary taken in Dotonbori, Osaka's tourist hotspot, sums my thoughts up well.
I won't lie folks, at first when I arrived here in Japan I was sort of loving seeing all these fish in the tanks and all that type of stuff, and I was sort of immersing myself in the culture. But now, I'm at the point where I think it's just nuts and way over the top and a little bit cruel. It's weird, isn't it, how sort of your feelings can change as you sort of go through a country and sort of explore more. And honestly, I am at that point now where I'm starting to think, this just ain't right. Especially after seeing what we saw this morning with sort of a fresh sea pond type thing. I don't really know how to think about it. However, on the flip side of that, I did go to that Suzuki N place in Tokyo, which was a little bit grim. But at the same time, I don't know why, it felt a little bit different. So I left the city behind, cracked out my JR Rail Pass, which provides unlimited travel around Japan, and headed as far south as I could go, which turned out to be one of the best decisions I ever made. It took roughly 10 hours to get down to Miyazaki from Osaka, and it's based right on the southeast coast of Kyushu, the third largest island of Japan's 5 main islands. I woke up early to get exploring, and of course, 2 wheels was the mode of transport. People come from across Asia to surf in Miyazaki, with its wide open beaches and a constant temperate climate being key factors. I feel like this is the closest thing to Hawaii. Palm trees, golf courses and surfing. Just class. What a place.
I cycled along the coastal path, keeping my eye out for Aoshima Shrine, a shrine I'd read about in My Lonely Planet, of course.
Fishing rod, rocky outcrop and a torii. I've heard a lot about this little thing. It's quite an important shrine here in Japan. Let's go and have a look at it.
Tories are entrances to shrines, and you see them dotted all over the country. Aoshima Shrine is meant to answer prayers for marriage, so not really sure why I was so keen to go, but safe to say it was worth the gander, more for the unbelievable rock formations that lay below it. This is nicknamed the Devil's Washboard and has been formed by years of the sea eroding away the molten rock. However, the fishing bug was itching and it needed scratching, so I was off to find a fishing spot.
You got loads going on here. You got Aoshima Island over there. Stunning, absolutely stunning place. And then we're in this breakwater here. There's a nice deep channel that runs through here, which is where all the boats come from. And we're just throwing some lures about. And I'm hoping that we might stumble on something. I tell you what folks, I think we've been a bit unlucky here. This is the sunshine capital of Japan and it's murky as hell. I bet Manchester's better than this right now. This is not what we intended, but I am still here in bloody Japan fishing, so I cannot complain. We'll keep plugging away, hopefully we'll find some fish and hopefully the sun might come out too. And there's a fishing boat for you. You're welcome.
Safe to say the fishing wasn't very fruitful, and it's to be expected considering I just turned up and hoped for the best. I hopped back on the bike and rode further down the coast before the weather really did take a turn for the worst.
Well, the weather has proper taken a turn. I'm on the bike, I am soaking wet. This is far from ideal fishing conditions and it's not even enjoyable. The sea is so rough out there. It doesn't look like it's moving on either. I just want to say a big thank you to Peter Storm for keeping me dry. Cheers, Peter. $16.99 and go outdoors, you beauty.
The Go Outdoors membership has certainly been the bargain of the century. £5 for all those discounts, what every outdoors fashionista needs in their wallet. but nevertheless the rain wasn't for budging, and it certainly put a dampener on my first day on the coast. The sun had his hat on when I woke up, and I wanted to seize the day. As such, I got up early and set out on hiking into the woods behind my hostel, looking for some cool rivers to potentially fish, and to my surprise, I managed to wangle a bit of company.
Well, here we go, we're on a little bit of a hike. I'm loving it, on the hunt for some streams. I've even roped 2 guys along with me. I can't believe they're doing this. No girl ever wants to go fishing with me, but I've managed to get 1 boy and 1 girl. Living the dream. We've got Zuki and we've also got Corin with us. We're going to go a hiking, we're going to see what's happening. Say hi, guys. Yes, Mum.
Considering this was a very ad hoc walk, the scenery was pretty breathtaking. Cherry blossoms were abloom against the rest of the woodlands, climbing up the mountainous terrain around us. I found plenty of potential spots for some mountain stream fishing, which was certainly noted for later in my stay. But there was another type of fishing that was on the agenda.
Keep it still, just really gentle quiver. But it's because actually the current will do most of the work for you, like the waves.
Still moving.
Go on, Suki, you got this in the bag, mate. It does pong, doesn't it? This is why I just use metal. Don't have this horrendous stench to deal with. Got it. Yes! What is it? Yes! Aloha! Aloha, aloha, aloha! Here we go! Oh my god, I'm sorry, mate. Look at this guy! And he's gobbled some isomi. I don't even know where to start with it, but look at them spikes, man. Sweet, and here we go. It's definitely some type of rockfish, I think, I don't know, but look at the camouflage on him. And I'm glad I've got this little towel. Oh, buzzing! Right, let's get the fella back. Microfishing life. Oh, shit, the forceps. Oh, naughty! That's what it's all about. Just having a little bit of fun on a seawall. When in doubt, get in the break. What are you? Do you have a bite? Behave! I think that it's the same type. Might be a bit bigger. You've hooked him in the gill though, which is probably not the most ideal. But let's get him unhooked Rapido Stevo if we've hooked him in the gill. Don't want him flipping hurting himself, do we? Mate, your first Japanese fish. How do you feel?
Emotions coming through me right now.
Really helpful, this little towel, you know, guys. And big shout out to the pack, the Pike Anglers Club, currently in Japan. It's never seen anything like it. And here we go, Suki getting in on the action now. Mate, and look at the colours and the patterns on that fish.
A little piece, I'm cooking that later tonight.
You what? Get him back, mate. We have found the fish, mate. We have found the fish. We're going nuts for this stuff. As you can see, it leaked in my bag. How grim is that? But big shout out to Amazon. Saltwater soft lures doing the job, $4.99. Make yourselves at home. Did you enjoy that fishing experience?
Yeah.
Go on, get it back down, sir.
Fun, man.
Absolutely, mate. So we go for a hike during the day. Beautiful. And now we're sat on a breakwater in the middle of Japan. Sat below a beautiful temple. Red-tailed hawks soaring overhead. Mountains. And some very, very wide pants.
Yours are like leggings.
Yeah, these are a bit tight. One last bit of bait and then we're getting on the beers. It's got to be done, hasn't it? And a little bit of yakitori. Drop it down, let the sushi roll. Right, should we go to the pub? Time to get on it.
We filled up on ramen in a traditional Japanese restaurant not far from where we were fishing, before cycling back to the hostel and heading out for, you guessed it, karaoke.
Oh, it's gotta be the Venga Boys!
It was about midday the next day before I woke up, which wasn't ideal based on the beautiful blue skies and bright sunshine, but I pulled myself together thanks to a few strong coffees and set out on the hunt for some microspecies that lived in the streams we discovered yesterday whilst out hiking.
Well folks, as you can see, we are right in amongst the forest. This is insane. The water is crystal clear and the reason for that is there's no bloody people and it is volcanic. So it is so rich in nutrients. My hands are so soft, it's unreal. But anyway, we're excited to get in here.
Well, this is really something else, isn't it? Look at this. I've taken myself to some beautiful places over the last 12 months, but weirdly this little spot seems to resonate a lot. 10 minutes from our hostel, a little bike ride, we're rocking. I think we've just had a follow, I think. It looked that way. Yeah, we did. There are fish in here, right, okie doke, good start. Here we go, look at this little run. I'm gonna try and keep as high up the swim as I can. Go! Yeah, we're in. No way, no way, no way. My God. Yes, fish on. We've dropped it into this run. We've got this stunning fish. I think it's a dace. I'm going to be honest, I don't actually know what type of fish it is, but we got one. Class effort. But don't worry, folks, I have something quite cool for us to be able to have a look at this bad boy. What's it? I didn't expect this to work. I bought this thing in a fishing tackle shop, and it means you can have a look at it properly. Ow, so wait! My first wild Japanese river fish. Insane. Look at him! Look at the colours, man!
I won't lie, folks, I do not have a clue what this is. I'm guessing it's some type of dace based on the mouth. It's got an unbelievable colouring to it. If you look at the red tops on the fin, underneath its mouth here as well, it's an awesome looking fish. And I'm buzzed to have just nailed one. I'm absolutely buzzed. I've been doing a bit of Googling trying to find what he is, but unfortunately I couldn't find him. If anyone knows, please leave a comment.
And I tell you what, these things are class for microfishing. Awesome, it keeps the fish rocking, it keeps him safe as well. Class. This is what we came for Japan for. I've also got to be careful of wild boar. Didn't think of that when I'm sat here chilling with a fish in my hand. Anyway guys, let's get this absolute stunner back in the water. Right then, my wee man. You've made my trip, mate. What a beauty. Off he goes. This pool is going to hold some as well, I think. But we do have to cross this, which could be quite fun. Oh, there's some bigger fish in there, I think. Awesome to catch a trout. I really don't know what any of these species are. Like, I am winging this. Fish on, fish on. Nice. I think it's what we've just caught, actually. It is. It's the exact same species. They're beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful fish. Look at the colours on them. I feel like they've got chub vibes, you know, when you look at that mouth, but be free, sir. Boom. I knew there'd be something in here. Look at it. Oh.
Honestly, folks, that is why I go fishing. So happy, I'm absolutely buzzed. It's not even a big fish, who cares? Just wild, wild fish, wild fishing in and amongst an unbelievable landscape and an unbelievable geography. Miyazaki, baby, you worldie, you've done me proud here. This is insane, man. And you can probably tell just by my emotion how happy I am right now that I am loving this. And this little bit has put the cherry on the cake.
Look at all these thistles. Where? This is when I find out they're poisonous or something. They're not going to be, they're just Japanese aggie ones. We have these in the UK, they're horrible. Get everywhere. I'm not even extending my rod out. Help. I think that's a different species though, I'm not sure. Look at him, a little smaller one. But, there you go, sir. Get him back. Woo, I didn't really expect that.
I have to say, this has absolutely blown me away. Fishing in this wood, in these little streams, catching tiny, tiny fish, man. It's pretty special. But we are going to have to call it a day here, and the reason for that is, once it starts to get dark, you need to make a move for it. There's plenty of wild boar around here, and apparently they get really aggy. Yeah, don't fancy getting beat up by a wild boar today. What'd you do if one just cracked up behind me? I don't know what I'd do. Deal with it. Well folks, it's my last day here in Miyazaki and we're back on Aoshima Port. Oh, this has been a class little time here, I have to admit. The fishing has been pretty cool, like the microfishing, class, but the real highlight for me has just been here in an amazing hostel with a bunch of amazing people. I've had such a good time, the beers have been flowing, the laughs have been flowing, and I tell you what, we've all had fun. Massive shout out to the hostel I've been staying in, Fine Camp. No, that's not Mein Camp, alright? That is not Mein Kampf. It is not Hitler's autobiography. I am not plugging Hitler's autobiography here. I am plugging Fine Camp, a great hostel here in Aoshima near Miyazaki. But we're going to try and have a few casts this evening. Hopefully we might catch something a little bit bigger, but who bloody knows. Absolute great stuff. Come on, let's see what we can do. Well folks, I'll be honest with you, I think I've found my new favourite lure. It's this lad. It's like the Domo Sandy or something, I don't really know, but it's got a flipping wiggle on it like I've never seen before. Sorry Savage Gear Sandeel, you've lost your place at the top of the queue. You'll make your way back, because I won't be able to get these back up.
I fished so hard that afternoon, and so did the hawks, and even they didn't catch anything. We switched over to the microfishing setup, and finally we managed to catch something. But bloody hell, that was tough going.
Well, finally, folks, we've nabbed one. That has taken a hell of a long time. And that's quite a big little fish. Bloody hell. Jeez. Well, what a lovely fish. We've worked well hard for him. The colours are insane, aren't they? What a cool guy. I also flipping cracked my fish container thing that I had the other day. Slightly annoying. But right, mate. Most people would put you in a soup, but I'm going to put you back. Well folks, as you can see, we're coming to the end of the day and we worked so hard for that one little fish, right? But I think I've probably had one of the saddest ever fishing conversations that I've ever had. And I'll be truthful with you, it's what I thought and it's sort of just been confirmed. So I just got chatting to a gentleman and it's the first person who's actually spoke to me about fishing. Since coming here, it has been really tough. No one wants to help, no one wants to communicate with you. I thought actually that was because I was a little white boy, but actually it's not. It's to do with how bad the fishing is. It's a bit of a scandal apparently, what's going on in Japan with the fish stocks. There's nothing here. There's absolutely zero. Now you've got to take everything with a pinch of salt, but when you speak to someone and the passion and you know, and that since being here, I'll be truthful with you, I've got that impression. And it's sort of a very sad end to this part of the trip really. But he said this is barren. The sea is barren. There's nothing here. And we know it's coming. And this has sort of just confirmed it for me really, in truth. Yeah, bit crap, to be honest, guys. And I think you can probably tell by sort of the emotion in my face. And just, yeah, I don't really know what to say. It was just a very sad conversation and confirmed everything that I thought. And actually, it's where the world's going. And it's pretty sad. And on that very sad note, it's the end of our time here in Miyazaki. I've loved being here, I've met some great people, so I can't complain. But the fishing has been tough and it isn't what I expected. But hey ho, it's life. It's not nice, but it's life. Tight lines folks, keep fishing.